A very good afternoon to you all, wherever you might be joining us from. I'd like to welcome you here, live from Prestonpans battlefield. We are the Battle of Prestonpans 1745 Heritage Trust, the charity that works to protect the battlefield here, but also to conserve the memory of the events that took place here and understand, promote and educate about the story of the Battle of Prestonpans. It's therefore a significant anniversary for us today. On the 21st of September 1745, in these very fields in which we're standing, an army of 2,500 Jacobite Highlanders came surging from the direction of Seaton towards a similarly sized professional army led by Lieutenant General Sir John Cope. These were the only two field armies in Scotland at the time, so upon the outcome of this battle depended which royal house would be governing Scotland. Against all of the odds and expectations, victory went to the Jacobite army of Prince Charles Edward Stuart in a short, brief but bloody encounter. The Redcoat army, unprepared for the ferocity of the Highland charge, broke and streamed across the fields, crossing this historic wagonway line on which we're standing and routing into the fields beyond us. And it was these fields that people who were here in 1745 described as being a spectacle of horror. And it's for that reason that it's fitting that we come here each year to remember those who fought and fell for their respective causes. Just a short distance away from where we are today, the bodies of perhaps 400 or more soldiers lie. And it's in their memory that we gather this morning. So after several days of commemorations and activities, this is really the moment that we pause to reflect upon the events that took place here in these very fields 275 years ago. I'm not going to say much more than that. We're going to move into the acts of remembrance themselves, and that is going to begin with a laying of wreaths at these two memorial tables that the Trust installed back in 2018 to remember those who fought and fell in the two armies. And so I would like to invite one of our trustees, in fact our founding chairman, Dr. Gordon Preston Grange, to lay the first wreath in memory of the British soldiers who fought and died at the Battle of Prestonpans. Now I invite another trustee, Joe Goldblatt, to lay a wreath on behalf of the Jacobite soldiers who fought and died at the Battle of Prestonpans. And now I would invite all of you, wherever you may be, to join us in pausing for a moment's silence in honour of those men.
Bracks, prepare and prime your firearms. Make ready. Present. Fire. Recover.
A thank you from the Battle of Prestonpans Heritage Trust to Alistair Campbell from the Prestonpans Royal British Legion Pipe Band for playing the lament here 275 years on from the events of the battle. As well as those who died in this field, there were hundreds and hundreds of wounded soldiers. And although the Jacobite army took great care to ensure that they were tended as best as possible, regardless of which side they'd fought upon, of course, the days and weeks that followed from the Battle of Prestonpans were a time of great sorrow and misery and hardship for many men who'd survived the battle. For the Jacobite army, of course, this was a moment of great victory, of great triumph, and although Prince Charlie himself forbade any celebrations of the battle held publicly, even he acknowledged the significance of this victory in transforming what had been perceived as a relatively local uprising into a serious challenge to the thrones of George II. So significant events that took place here, on the national, political and military level, but also on the personal level. Thank you for joining us here today on the battlefield. We hope that you have been able to join this ceremony and that you found it a fitting remembrance for the events that took place here. We hope that you might join us again here on Prestonpans Battlefield in the near future. Thank you.